Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we will do some voice changes in this class. The discussion on the voice change will definitely be beneficial for all the students, especially for the students of higher secondary examination. Now let's start the class. This is the first question. Few girls can recite flattery, and this is in active voice. We have to make it in passive voice. Now see, few girls. Actually, this has been taken from the prose The Eyes Have It in class 12. When the author of this prose told that the girl passenger had a beautiful or pretty face, then he remarked this. Now, look, few girls. This is the subject here. Can is a modal verb. Resist. This is the main verb. The meaning of resist is to stop or to defend. Flattery. Flattery means praise or cajolement. বাংলায় ফ্ল্যাটারি কথাটার মানে হচ্ছে তোষামোদ বা প্রশংসা. The author here wanted to mean that when the beauty of a girl is admired, then few girls can resist that praise or flattery. Here, flattery is the object, and we have to work with this object. Now, see the passive voice. This is the passive voice here. We have replaced this flattery object in the beginning of the sentence. Then we have written can. This can has been written here. And we have written a be because we know that after can or could or would, we have to use a be verb in the passive voice. So we have used here a be verb. Then we have written resisted. This word is the past participle form of the main verb resist. So we have written here resisted by few girls. Few girls means this is the subject, and we have written here the subject in this place. So in the passive voice, the entire sentence is flattery can be resisted by few girls. বাংলায় এটার অর্থ হলো খুব কম সংখ্যক মেয়ের দ্বারাই তোষামোদ বা প্রশংসাকে আটকানো যায় বা প্রতিরোধ করা যায়. Now look at this second question. The carriage wheels changed their sound and rhythm. This sentence is in active voice. Here the carriage wheels are the subject in the sentence. Changed, this is the main verb, and the sentence is in the past tense. This verb is in past tense. Their sound and rhythm, this phrase is the object here. Now look at the passive voice. This is the answer and passive voice of the above sentence. We have written here their sound and rhythm. Actually, this object has come in the beginning of the sentence, where this is the auxiliary verb. We have to use an auxiliary or helping verb in the passive voice. Changed, this is in the past participle form of the main verb change. This verb, actually this verb is in the past tense, and this is the past participle form of this verb changed by the carriage wheels. This is the subject, the carriage wheels, and this has come at the last of this sentence by the carriage wheels. Their sound and rhythm were changed by the carriage wheels. We have used here were because sound and rhythm, there are two things. So we have used here the plural form of the be verb were. Look at this sentence. They called their goodbyes. This has been taken from the prose Eyes Have It. Actually, the couple, when they came to see of the girl passenger, mentioned in the prose, the couple calls their goodbyes. Here, they means that couple, whom the author assumed the parents of that girl passenger. Now, they is the subject here. Called, this is the main verb here. Their goodbyes, this is in the plural form, and this is the object here. Their goodbyes are the object here. This is the passive voice here. We have written in the beginning of the sentence, they are goodbyes. This object has come in the beginning of this sentence in the passive voice. Goodbyes are in the plural form. So you have used here a be verb where. This is the auxiliary verb or this is the helping verb. Called. This is the past participle form of the verb call. By them. This them is the objective form of the subject they. So the entire sentence is their goodbyes were called by them. So the entire sentence is their goodbyes were called by them. Now look at this sentence. But I liked the sound of her voice. But is just a conjunction here, and there is no work of this conjunction but. We will work here this part of the sentence, and this part of the sentence will be changed into a passive form. I is the subject here, liked is the main verb, and this is in the past tense. The sound of her voice, this entire phrase is the object here. We often get confused with this type of the phrase and we cannot find what is the object. Actually, I liked the sound of her voice. So here the sound of her voice means the voice of the girl passenger in the prose. So this part, this entire part is the object here. Now look at this passive form of the sentence. But we have kept this but as it is. The sound of her voice. We have actually the sound of her voice. This was the object here. So we have shifted the sound of her voice in the beginning of the sentence. Was is the auxiliary verb here. Liked. This is the past participle form of the verb like. By me. This me is the objective form of the subject I. So we have written here me. So the entire sentence is, but the sound of her voice was liked by me. She thought me a romantic fool. Students, we often see this type of active voice and we get confused with this type of sentence. Here, me is an object because if we question with whom, then we get the answer me. So me is an object here. And it seems that a romantic fool, this is also an object here. It seems that this is also an object, but this is not an object here. Actually, this phrase is called a complement. What is a complement? A complement is a part of sentence or a word or a phrase which helps to fulfill the meaning of a sentence. But this is not an object. You can see the similar type of example. This is a similar type of example. We made him captain. We often see this type of active voice also, and we have to make the passive form of the sentence. So here, him is the object and captain, this is the complement of the sentence, and the word captain is not an object here. So we have to work with me. We have to replace the word me as a subjective form, but we will not work with romantic fool because this is a complement and this will remain as it is in the sentence. Now look, the passive voice. This is the passive form of the above active voice. I was thought to be a romantic fool by her. This me has been shifted here as I, as a subjective form. Because me is the object here, and we have made the subjective form of that object I. Was. The entire sentence is in past tense, so we have used here was. It is an auxiliary or helping verb. Thought. This verb has been used here. Thought is the past participle form of the verb think. So we have used here thought in the passive voice. We have written here to be. You may write to be or you may not write to be. A romantic fool by her. Actually, this complement, a romantic fool, remains here as it was. We have used here a by because this is a passive voice, and her. This her is the objective form of the subject she. So we have replaced the she in this position, her. So in the passive voice, you may write this option: I was thought to be a romantic fool by her. Or you may write this option: I was thought a romantic fool by her. This is an example of same type of sentence. We made him captain. Here, him is the object. Captain, this word is a complement and not the object. So, in the passive voice, we will work with him. We will shift the word him. This is the passive voice. He was made captain by us. This him has been shifted here, and the subjective form of this him is he. So we have written here he. Was is an auxiliary or helping verb because this is in the past tense. So we have written here was after he was is used. Made, this is the past participle form of the main verb make. Actually, here made is the past tense, and here made is also the past participle form of the main verb make. Captain, this was the complement in this sentence. So captain remains here as it was. We cannot work with this complement captain. So it remains in the same position. By, we have used a by us. This us is the objective form of we because we have to shift this we, the subject here. So we have written here us. The entire sentence is he was made captain by us, and this is the passive voice. So students, this was the discussion in today's class. I think this discussion will help you in your examination and improve your knowledge. If you like this video, please give a like for this video and share this video to your friends and relatives. Thank you all, and we are coming with the next video.